What is up, people? You've got the Oracle there, back on MTGO for a new host of the Gatewatch Swiss draft. And we have a quite strong pack there. Isolation Zone is a great removal spell. Allied Reinforcement, another very good white card. The manlands are decent. Nissa's Judgment is very strong, and there is also two good black removal. I mean, Tarsnare is way worse than Grasp of Darkness, but those are still two quite decent spells. The Crawler is also playable. Right now, I'm quite unsure about what I should take. It is not an easy pick. Nissa's Judgment is very strong. Very good card. The fact that the opponent doesn't, the opponent creature doesn't swing back yours makes the card quite strong. It is also offensive. I would say that it's better than Grasp of Darkness overall. Not so sure about the two white cards. Here my choice is gonna be Nissa's Judgment. Just because there are a fair amount of white card in the last pack, which makes me wanna do something else if possible. But here I might take... I'm not sure. Relief Captain is quite strong. It is not very different from the green Lagak. And you know, Lagak is very good too. It has one less toughness and support one less, but you know, it's approximately the same power level, I would say. Anyway, the best card of this pack is most likely Oblivion Strike. Not completely sure about that, but it is definitely one of the best cards here. The Immobilizer is decent if you are aggressive enough. Captain is good too. Blinding Drone, very good in the right deck. And you know, there are two decent allies there. I'm just gonna take Oblivion Strike here. And you know, even though I could have first picked a black card, which would have ended up better since I got this strike, and since green seems to be quite cutted, I do not mind, you know, I still think that this is better than the Tarsnare. Alright, yeah, I've been really impressed with that card. It does a lot for you. Cause even if you have very small creature like 2/2/2, this basically kills a 6/6 while making your 2/2/3. It is just a very strong fighting card, even though it's not really fighting because you know they don't fight back. Anyway, there's no real good green or black card. You know, Sky Scourer is not my favorite at all. Uprising is decent, but yeah, really not extremely appealing. I'm gonna take the Relentless Hunter. I think I'm not so happy about going in a third color, but I think it's, you know, one of the best cards of the pack. And I could also maybe splash some things. I'm not sure. So I guess here we have a pick between the Password and now of Kozilek. Warping Whale is very strong in Constructed, not so much in Limited. And Natural Endurance is actually a decent trick, but I'd rather, you know, pick just strong card over tricks early on. And I'm unsure about this pick there. I think Password. You know, Mouth Kozilek might be better if you can easily access the colorless mana, but I might not access that too easily, and I might want to play, I mean, you know, Splash Black, and I don't really want to play a green-red base deck that splash for both colorless and black. That could be a bit too much, so I will just take the Password on here, which is nothing insane, but just a very solid 5-drop. So I'm decently happy about that pick. Here I guess we have an Unknown Shores that helps any type of splashing, as well as colorless mana if needed. The best card might be Blinding Drone out of this pack. There is also the Lagak, which, as I said, has almost the same power level as the Captain. Those support cards are all quite strong. I don't think there's any support card that I would not be happy playing in my deck. Mega Stand is a decent trick. It's quite easy to play around, but it is pretty strong. I'm not going white for that though. My pick is really between the Lagak and the Unknown Shore. and I'm quite unsure. This fixes for black, which could be useful. And yeah, I'm just gonna take the Lagag though. I feel this has more upside. And here we get another Relentless Hunter. And this dude is a really good reason to play green red. I mean green red, yeah. There's also a reality hemorrhage, which is nice because it means that, you know, red is fairly open. I still think that the Hunter is better than the hemorrhage if you know that you are playing green red, as I am currently. Cinder Barons would be great to splash strike. I think I would take it over the Shores. Because Shores, you know, it fixes for any mana, which is good. It also produces colorless, but it slows you down if you don't have the right mana, because you have to tap another land. Anyway, I'm quite happy to take the Hunter here. Hemorrhage is nice, but as I said, I just think that the Hunter is better. Gift of Tusk, you know, actually I haven't tried that yet, but I don't think it's great. On the other end, there's a lot of board stall, and you know, if you can kill something like a Malakir Soothsayer, the ally that Cohort and Phyrexian Arena, so you draw and lose one life, you know, that can be good. But unless there's a lot of board stall and you have bigger creature, that's quite a lot of, you know, giving them an elephant, a 3/3 elephant is a big drawback. Anyway, I don't really think I want a lantern. Guess I'll take a prizing. This is at worst some sort of, you know, removal. Analysis is a card that I do like, not so sure that I want to play it. You know, if I can splash something, I'd rather splash the Oblivion Strike. I think if I need some colorless source in my deck, I'd rather have Waste than Sear's Lantern. Canopy Gorger not too appealing, especially since I'm packing already one quite big creature that's much better. I'm just gonna take the Waste on the off chance that I end up needing a colorless land at some point. Here we have an Aeron Crawler, which I kinda like because unlike some other things like the blue 2/3 that produce colorless, you can use the Crawler mana to cast anything. So it is just, you know, a piece of acceleration. You can use it to chump block later on. I think it's quite a decent card that should not go so late. My pack was quite good though. Pulse of Murasa is definitely playable, but I think I just like Crawler more there. It has more upside, especially if I end up with a few things that require colorless. And here we have an Immobilizer Eldrazi. That card is really good, especially since I pick this Crawler and the Waste, which makes it more likely that I can use the ability. And if I can play a, you know, red-green aggressive deck, that'd be just great. I don't think I'll ever play 2 Uprising. 1 might already be too much. Aggressor is quite bad. I guess if you are completely full of colorless, it can be decent, but I don't think it's gonna be good. I'm just gonna take the Gorger here. As I said, Pulse of Murasa is totally playable. I could take the Warping Whale, you know, because it's worth a bit of money currently. And it is also a decent sideboard option. I guess I'll be greedy and take that. Doesn't matter too much, because, you know, Pulse of Murasa is, at the best, a mildly playable sideboard option, I think. It is main deckable, but you'd rather have just good spell over that. I mean, better spell at least. Again, not too thrilled about this Aggressor. I like those 2 Hunters though. That card, I haven't played it yet or played against it yet, but you know, it just seems very solid. As here my pick is likely to just be an Embodiment of Fury, which, you know, is quite good if I'm playing red-green aggressive deck, maybe with some landfall synergies, I'm not sure. Crawler is, no, decentish, not my favorite. Harvester Troll, unless you have a lot of ways to produce Eldrazi token, I don't think it's gonna be great. If I can wield a Stalking Drone, that'd be decent. Crumbling Vestige is one of the best way, I mean, at least one of my favorite common land to fix your mana. It is just very efficient at doing that. It is a waste, but it produces color color mana when it is just quite a perfect land. I'd rather have that over Unknown Shores or the colorless land that taps a creature you control. Anyway, Wandering Fumarole is quite good, but it's gonna be an embodiment of Fury there. I don't think there's much that compete with that card in terms of power level in the pack, especially since, you know, I think it was the best card of the pack overall, and I'm red, so you know it's just quite perfect. Spider is a decent body. I would definitely take it over the Flame Seeker. Now I've been impressed with the Zada's Commando. That thing can attack through a lot of other creature. It is also good with Saddleback Lagak. You know, the more power it has, the stronger it is. That's likely to be my pick, honestly. It's also the most aggressive card from this pack, which I can appreciate. The best card is probably the Cliffhaven Vampire. Very strong, just a very solid card. Flare Drone is, I guess, good if you are red-black, but I found out that red-black is still quite bad. It was pretty bad in Battle for Zendikar, and it is still probably one of the worst color combination. I've had a lot of success with green so far, and you know, I've crushed red-black deck quite easily. Anyway, I've took the Commando, which I feel is just the best pick for was the best pick for me in the last pack. Cinder Hellion is a decent 5-drop. That might be my pick. As I said, you know, Uprising is not bad, but I don't want to pack too many of those, especially since they get worse once the opponent knows about that. This is exclusively a sideboard option. Against, if you are really aggressive and you need the burn effect, that could be decent. That aside, I don't see that thing. It is Lava Axe, so it is playable, but not my favorite. The Exile land could also be useful. Yeah, I don't know, it might be good in a aggressive enough deck, but I think Cinder Alien has just more upside. And overall, not both, but Alien at least is better than the Tall Collector. Unknown Shore, you know, decent, but I don't have any colorless requirement yet, so I don't think I really want that. Here my pick might very well be Cinder Barons, because I'd be really happy if I can splash this Oblivion Strike easily. Rune in their wake is not good at all in limited. It is just quite bad. Again, this is not really appealing. If I have fixing, I'd rather it be Cinder Barons than Old Out Settlement. Loam Larva is quite bad in my opinion. The fact that you don't get the land in hand makes it bad. If you would get the land in hand, that card would be quite busted though. But anyway, I'm fairly happy to take Cinder Barons there and make that Oblivion Strike splash more easy. And here we have a Seed Guardian, which might be one of the best uncommon of the set. That thing is just great. It just dominates the board. It has reach, so you cannot, the body is great, the ability is amazing, and even if they have flyer, you cannot get overwhelmed by those. And if they, even if they kill your Seed Guardian to attack with their flyer, you get the body. That card is just great. Just one of the best uncommon of the set. Crumbling Vestige would be great to help the splash. I would not mind playing another Path Warden or adding a Spider to my deck, but Seed Guardian has just way more upside, I think. As here, I don't see a lot of cards that I want to play. I guess Cinder Alien is decent. I don't want to pack many other 5-drop, but 3 5-drop creature plus 1 spell seems decent. Spark Mage Gambit is a sideboard option. I guess if you are aggressive enough, it might be good, but it's more of a sideboard option. That card might actually be better than it seems, because there's a lot of board stall as well as a few 1 toughness creature in this set. The best card here is most likely Vampire Envoy, which I found to be quite strong. Same with Translator. Sightmaster and Analysis are decent playable. Anyway, I'm gonna take this Alien, which is definitely better than a Canopy Gorger. So not too much to say about that. Not sure that I'll end up playing both, but honestly there was nothing else for me in this pack. Brute Strength actually impressed me quite a lot in recent games that I played. I do not like tricks that give only one toughness and nothing else, because it is hard to get real value out of them. But since there are a lot of creatures like 3/4s and basically creatures that have less power than toughness, this makes that trick quite decent. I think I would play it over RNS or Pulse, so I'm gonna pick it. Not extremely excited about that, but as I said, I've been decently impressed with it. Guess I'll take the Gambit as a sideboard option. Could take the foil Ruin the Wake for value, as this might see play in limited, in constructed. Not sure how much I need that. Yeah, I'm just gonna take the value card here. Not sure. It's probably worth like 1/10 of a ticket, but you know, still. Anyway, not too much I like there. I will just cut the Membrane, which is decent against me. I don't think I'll end up playing the Troll or the Uprising. I guess turn 2 Crawler into turn 3 Troll is quite good to apply pressure, but if the opponent just has a removal, you kinda get fucked up, basically. Anyway, I'm gonna take the Rare here. Maybe I should take Make a Stand, because it is a card that could be annoying to play against. Whatever, I'll just take value. I guess if I don't have enough 3-drop, this could fit my curve decently. As I said, this might be an option, especially if I'm aggressive. This could actually be better than it looks. We'll see. Don't think I'll end up to Gorger, especially since I will cut those before I cut the Cinder Alien. And I got a Pulse of Miraza, which not the best, but is definitely playable. If I'm playing some very aggressive deck, I might be happy to trade a 2-drop, turn 2, and then gain 6 life, getting it back. As I said, not my favorite, but decent. Uprising, I haven't played it yet. It's more of a 3-drop actually, because you need an untapped land to use that. It seems decent. If the elemental creature would have trample, that would have been much better, because you could be able to attack, kill one of the creature, and get a bit of damage. I guess it's still a removal, but it requires the opponent to not have any other creature. It just seems kind of underwhelming to me. So if I can cut it out of the deck, I will cut it. Outnumber is good. I think I like Slide Runner more than Akun Stone Waker, because it applies the same amount of pressure almost, except you don't have to pay 3 each turn with the Slide Runner. I just think it is a better card. Chandler is strong, but not so great in my deck, because I have a lot of 5-drop already, and I don't need to get too much further in terms of mana. Archive is very strong, especially since the fact that it produces colorless is now quite relevant. But again, not a great card for my deck. My pick is really between Slide Runner and Outnumber. I have 14 creature right now, which is already decent enough for Outnumber. I think I still like Slide Runner more. Yeah, just want to be aggressive and deal as much damage as I can early on. Also, Outnumber is conditional, which makes it less appealing. Another reason is that I have a Saddleback Lagak, which makes creature a bit better, and the ability to curve 2 into 3 into Lagak also better. So that's my reasoning behind picking that Slide Runner over the Outnumber. Though both pick would be decent. If the Cinderglade will, that'd be great. Nice piece of fixing. I don't think I would play Recruit over Alien. I'd rather deal 2 damage, and Trample is a bit like a menace in terms of evasion. I don't think I want a Druid, even though I'm liking 3-drop. Stone Fury would be a nice addition to the deck, but I'm just gonna take GOP there. It fills the curve quite well. It is an aggressive creature. I like it, and if I can will either Glade or Stone Fury, I'll be happy. One of the 4 other green or red cards, I might play them, but not so sure. Alright, as there is a Valakut Predator here which fits my curve and my deck quite well as an aggressive 3-drop. Plus Assault, I cannot really enable that. In my deck, Predator is just better than Stalwart, and you know, I don't really need more 5-drops, so it's a nice addition, nothing too special, but a decent enough card. I do not have many removal, that might be an issue. I have some I can make some really aggressive draws though, which, you know, I appreciate. This is, as I said, this is more of a 3-drop. In this pack there's nothing I'm interested in. I guess Tajuru Beastmaster replace a Canopy Gorger quite efficiently, as it is just better. I'd rather have 1 less power and, you know, boost all my creature. On the other hand, I'm not even sure that I want... I mean, I would be happy to cut those 2 and add the Beastmaster. As a side note, I've been impressed with, you know, a bit bigger creature. Because, I mean, most of the time in this set, there's a lot of board stall between 3, 4, and 2 power and toughness creature. And things that are a bit bigger are quite threatening. So, those might actually be quite a decent addition to my deck. Anyway, I don't think I want Seek the Wild too much, though I guess it helps me fixing. I might take that, just because it helps the fixing. Not so sure about that peak. Vile Aggregate is very strong, but unfortunately, you know, I cannot, you know, my deck cannot really support it too much. Same with Presence. That's a pretty late clutch, but if I'm splashing something, it's gonna be Oblivion Strike. Swell of Growth is not my favorite trick. Not sure though. It might be better than the Brute Strength. I have 2 landfall creature. I don't count the Geopid in those. Not sure. Vestige of Emrakul is a 4-drop, which I don't have too many, but is quite underwhelming. Baloth. I think I like Strength more than Swell of Growth. I don't really want to play too many of those. Baloth isn't appealing. Honestly, I'm just gonna cut the Cutthroat, which feels like the best card in the last pack, because there's really nothing I want to play. Same with this pack. I don't want to play anything here. I'm just gonna take Rush of Ice, as I feel it's the more annoying and strongest card out of this pack. And here we have more interesting choice. Am I aggressive enough that I want to fight Leopard? I don't think so. That card is quite bad. You really need to be extremely aggressive to make it good. Retreat to Valakut. Not my favorite. I think I'm just gonna take the good removal in Stone Fury. Yeah, I don't have that many removals too, which is nice. Nettletron is a very sweet 3-drops though. Even if I'm not playing a lot of colorless cards, currently only 3, it is just a good creature in any type of aggressive deck. So, right now I have 24 spells. I guess my first cut is gonna be the Uprising. I don't need that waste at all. Do I want the Crawler? I'm not sure. Anyway, this card was quite good in 3 Battle for Zendikar. Now it's lost value because you can. It is much harder to exile card. I think I'm just gonna take the guide. I don't think I want to play 2 Seek the Wild. Yeah, that seems fine. Oran Wraith Invoker might be a decent 2-drop, especially if, you know, if there is a bit of board stall and you can reach the 8 mana. That could be good. Not sure. I guess I'll take the... No, I don't really care about that too much. I'm gonna take Blighted Step, as it is actually quite strong because it's a waste, basically, since it produces colorless. And since I'm aggressive, I don't really want my opponent to be able to gain life. Fisher is quite good. Surprised that it goes so late. And Vestige and Thwell both came around. Guess Vestige has more upside. Earthern Arm, not my favorite. Alright, so guess I'm cutting this Toll Collector. I have 5 other 3-drop that are just better. Salvage one, sure. I'm not sure that I want Seek the Wild. The only upside about that thing is that it helps a bit my splashing of Oblivion Strike, which, you know, might be a good enough reason. Crawler is actually quite bad in my deck. I don't need the colorless. I have a... If you look at my curve, there's no need to you know, jump from 2 to 4 or to be at 5 quickly. I just want to cast a 2-drop on turn 2, turn 3 on turn 3, turn 4, you know, this is just 5, 5, 5, 5. Don't really need acceleration. I don't think it's gonna be great. The card is good, but in the current deck and the fact that I don't need colorless, it doesn't seem great. Here I'm currently playing 22 spell, which is not enough, so I guess I'll add the Seek the Wild. I'm fine playing 17 land because, you know, I have that. My curve is, well, it's decently high. I kind of want to eat my 5 and 6 drop though. But I think that I kind of, you know, I can count that as a land if necessary. And this type of deck really doesn't want to get flooded, because if you draw a bit too many lands, you will not be able to attack your you know, to kill your opponent. Vestige is not my favorite, but it is a... I think it has become better actually with also of the Gatewatch. The body is relevant, the ability too. So it's a quite basic and brutal red-green beatdown deck. Nothing special. My curve is good. I'm quite aggressive. Those Hunter are likely to be good. I guess I'll add basic land. This seems about right. Most of the time I'm never happy with what MTGO proposes, but this might... Actually, I'd rather have this because of the Seed Guardian and the Gorger. I guess I have Stone Fury as double red, but this is a spell that comes later. So it would actually be 8 red, 8 forest, and 2 black with a Seek the Wild. That seems about right. I might have a bit trouble casting Seed Guardian on turn 4 sometimes. The Gorger should not be a real issue. And I guess that's gonna be the main deck. I hope you enjoyed the draft. If you did, feel free to leave a like or subscribe. It helps me. It is also very appreciated. And I guess I see you guys for round 1.